Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the first webinar organized by Experienced Yacht Services and Latin American Alliance for the Super Yacht Industry. My name is Julieta, and I will be your host for the next hour, where we will discuss about the new proposals for emerging destinations in Latin America. We will learn about the three amazing countries, Costa Rica, Panama and Galapagos Island, Ecuador, and why Experienced Yacht Services is the best ally for yacht owners, managers, brokers, agents, captains, and of course, clients to navigate the smoothly waters of the Central and South part of America. To begin this event, it is my absolute honor to introduce you to the EYS founders and panelists of the day, starting with Johnny Romero. Johnny Romero is the founder of Galapagos Yacht Services. Johnny is a local expert in Galapagos. He started his career as a certificate natural guide, where he learned the art of service and empathy around the yacht industry. In 2000, as someone who is passionate about the yacht industry, he launched Galapagos Yacht Services, a company that provides a full spectrum of services for super yachts and sailboats. Johnny's overall objective continues to be assuring that every private yacht arriving from abroad receives the best service possible. So thank you so much, Johnny, and welcome to this webinar. Next, Joe Walden, CEO of Norton Lilly International, Panama. Originally from Alabama, Joe has close to 25 years in shipping industry. After an early tour in the US Marine, Joe pursued a business career, eventually earning an MBA in shipping and logistics from Middlesex University in the UK. He began his career in shipping and part of Mobile, Alabama, having held management and business development roles throughout in Latin America and the Caribbean. He eventually relocated to his adopted home in Panama in 2002, where he now serves as the CEO of Norton Lilly. Welcome. Next, we have Felipe Artiñano, Origen VP Operations and co-founder of Origen Escapes, an expert experience designer in Panama and Costa Rica. Felipe is a waterman, diver and surf instructor, spear fisherman, and free diver. He is a true explorer in and out of the water. Next, we have Alan Lucas, owner and operation manager of Maritima Interoceanica. Alan began his professional career 26 years ago in Maritima Oceanica, a family business founded by his father in 1990. He has extensive knowledge in national legislation, so he will be an excellent advice and assistance during the visit in Costa Rica. Ofer Keter, our final panelists. Ofer, he is one of the world's few deep sea submersible pilots on Earth explorer. Ofer has experienced the world from every angle while visiting over 40 countries and all 7 continents and oceans. He's an adventurous, include documentary filmmaking, helicopter aerial cinematography, circumnavigating the globe aboard a super yacht, and working as a private traveler designer. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and thank you the panelists for taking the time to letting us and giving us all the opportunity to learn about these 3 countries. To start this conversation, I will like to address this to Ofer. So Ofer, thank you so much for being here, and please tell us, who is Experienced Yacht Services and why this alliance brings so much benefits to the industry of the super yacht and mega yacht?
Thank you, Julieta. Good morning, everybody. I recognize some of the names on the list of people joining us today, and I'd like to welcome them, and also people that are joining us or meeting us for the first time. This is very exciting for all of us. It's been now a year that we have been in the process of putting together Experienced Yacht Services, really as a unique first type of alliance, and the main objective being to promote this part of the world, Latin America, Central America, with our plans to expand the alliance into South America and the rest of the continent. The main force driving us, and we'll go into all the details during this webinar, but the main force driving us is to spotlight this part of the world and create it as a yachting destination. Okay, all of us have been working in the yachting industry or the shipping industry or the ocean tourism industry, the service industry for our entire careers. We understand what the yachting industry is and what its necessities are and its requirements are. And we feel very passionate about where we are located, Costa Rica, Panama, Ecuador, Galapagos. And we have this sense of almost, I would say, responsibility that we feel to announce to the world and to showcase to the world what an amazing region it is for yachts, for yachting, and for crews, for captains, for charter guests, for owners. Historically, again, this is not a new destination per se, and is not a new service. Each company has been doing what it has been doing for many years, and each one of the professionals involved has been doing this as a career. So what is the new proposal here? The new proposal here is that the industry and the world realizes that this part of the world is not just to pass by or for the one-off unique expedition or adventure for a yacht. It is a yachting destination equal to a very known and very experienced destinations like the Caribbean and like the Mediterranean. That is the main focal point. And the second is to really present the fact that there are professionals here in these destinations, the ones that you're meeting today, that speak the language of yachting and understand the different ins and outs of what the difference between a captain and the crew and their requirements, and what's the difference between an owner or a charter guest and their requirements. And that's why it's an alliance. We never set out to have one company or one person handle the region or handle every single necessity that a ship. It's one thing to navigate the Panama Canal, and it's another thing to build an itinerary in the Galapagos Islands, and it's another thing to import a submarine for your yacht in Costa Rica. Each one of these themes or each one of these items needs a professional, and that's what this alliance is about. And so we're here to facilitate your connection to this part of the world by showcasing that we have the professionals for each and every requirement that whatever it is the yacht or the owner or the captain or the broker requires. So I think that's the main focal point that we want to discuss. Also to keep in mind that we will have additional webinars going into more depth of each destination, of each service provider. Definitely themes or subjects like chartering, which I know there's probably a lot of people out there that have read or heard or are interested about the new and developing charter regulations and laws in the region. So there will be dedicated webinars for that subject. We'll obviously mention it today overall when we describe the different destinations and what they can offer. And also to let you know that we are here and that we're going to be participating in the upcoming Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show under the U.S. Superyacht Association as affiliates, and we'll be there for the entire show with representation from each one of the 3 countries and each one of the companies involved. So please reach out to us in all the different channels available to see how we can meet in person at the show and share some more FaceTime there, and really open up a communication line so that whatever it is that you're looking for to do that is involving yachts and this region, we're here for that. So thank you very much, and I'll pass the microphone back to Julieta. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Offer. This gives me the opportunity for people if wants to write on the chat box any questions, so at the end we can answer. So please go ahead and write your questions over there. So as Offer was explaining to us, Experience Yacht Services is an alliance of 3 countries. So let's dig deeper in each destination. So please, Joe, CEO of Norton Lilly Panama, starting with you. You can tell us about Norton Lilly and your advantage as a partner for any yacht coming to this region. And please tell us why you think Panama is an emerging destination for mega yachts besides the Panama Canal.
Good morning, everyone. Julieta, Offer, thanks for the introductions. It's a pleasure to be here this morning, and thanks for everyone for joining us. As Julieta mentioned, Norton Lilly, we're one of the founding partners of Experience Yacht Services. So we represent Panama. And just to give a little overview of who we are, Norton Lilly is primarily a shipping agency. We've been in the Panamanian market for almost 100 years. We've founded operations here in 1925, so we have a long history with the Panama Canal and the surrounding ports. Today, we're one of the largest shipping agencies in the Panama Canal, with around 100 employees. We have 2 offices. Our head office is in Panama City, near the port of Balboa on the Pacific coast. And we have a second branch office on the Atlantic side, or the Caribbean side of the Panama Canal, near the port of Cristobal. We handle, as shipping agencies here over the years, we do handle all types of ships, commercial vessels. However, we have a dedicated team that is solely responsible and looking after our yacht customers. We realize that takes a special focus, as Offer mentions, understanding the business, speaking the language. So we have dedicated a team of people that are really focused on facilitating that experience for the yacht industry. We, as agents here, obviously our primary function, I would say, is coordinating canal transits. And I think that's probably if you're new to the Panama Canal or never crossed the Panama Canal, it can seem a little intimidating or daunting, but I can assure you that that's what we're here for. We handle close to 200 canal transits per month. We know exactly what it takes to facilitate a painless or expeditious canal transit. As you know, starting with all the pre-arrival information that we would communicate to the captains of the yachts. We act as your liaison between the yacht and the Panama Canal Authority, making sure that they have all the pre-arrival information that they need, that the Panama Canal Authority needs prior to arrival, that the yacht's been cleared for transit. One thing I would like to mention is that it is possible to pre-book a canal transit. So what that means is we have the facility to secure a transit slot on a specific date. So you can effectively transit the canal as a booked yacht with transit reservation, or you can transit as a non-booked yacht. Normally, if you are on a tight schedule or need to maintain a schedule, booking or securing a booking reservation is recommended. And we can help you with that. Besides the canal transit itself, which we believe is a wonderful destination if you've never had the opportunity to pass the Panama Canal, for the crew or the owners or the charter guests, It's a really unique experience. However, beyond the canal transit itself, we have very good contacts in all the local ports, local marinas. If you need assistance with arranging a lay berth for repairs, going into dry dock, providing support in the marinas or at the anchorages, we can facilitate all of those aspects of the marine logistics. We're very capable in attending crew changes here in the Panama Canal, receiving guests, getting those guests on board the yacht at anchorage. Panama, due to its geographic location, is a really attractive area for receiving spare parts and other implements that are going to be joining the yacht. All of that can be arranged through our customs brokerage and delivered in the marina or at the anchorage. There's good ship chandlers here. It's a good location for receiving provisions and stores, arranging repairs. There's capable workshops here for electronics and machine works. We can arrange underwater hull cleaning. All those types of services are available here in Panama. And I would mention too that the geographic location of the airport, centrally located in Panama, is a really good opportunity for receiving the crew or the guests, because there are direct flights from Panama to all major cities in the US as well as Europe. There's direct flights from Panama into the Caribbean and throughout the region in Central America and South America. One last point that Offer Ketter had mentioned is that there are some new laws that have gone into effect, not only in Costa Rica, but also in Panama, regarding the chartering of foreign flag yachts. So as of January 2021, it is possible to conduct charter business of foreign flag yachts in Panamanian waters. And that's also something that we can help facilitate in terms of securing the necessary permits. Panama is a beautiful destination apart from the Panama Canal itself. And my colleague Felipe is going to discuss that a little further in detail regarding some of the destinations that you might enjoy here in Panama.
Thank you,
Thank
Joe.
you, Julieta.
It is true, Joe, I didn't put it on this bio at the beginning, but he's also a surfer. So if somebody needs some tips to go surfing in Panama, he can be that perfect person and he will join you for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Joe. And of course, it's a good entrance to this region. Panama Canal is an amazing opportunity, and having your experience for Norton Lilly in this alliance, it brings a lot of peace to captains, crew members, and yacht owners to be able to do this logistic that it sounds very simple coming from you, but it's a very interesting and complicated thing if you don't do it with the right partner. So thank you so much, Joe, for that, and continue with the conversation. Definitely Panama is just not the Panama Canal, and this is something that people don't seem to be curious about. And for that, I want to give the opportunity to Felipe, our waterman and travel designer, to give us a little bit of a better idea of which activities and experiences do you think stands out when yachting in Panama. Felipe, thank you.
Thank you, Julieta, and good morning, everybody. Yes, we started scouting Panama many years ago, and then we translated that into taking some of our most VIP clients to that country and exploring, as it definitely offers a lot to see and experience. I think one of the main attributes that Panama has is that it has very easy access to both Pacific and Caribbean coastlines. And both coastlines can be easily navigated. For example, in just 1 hour and 15 minutes, 1 hour and a half, you can drive from the Pacific to the Caribbean. Of course, if you're flying over it, it's even shorter and scenery-wise a lot more beautiful. So on each of these coastlines, I would like to say that every anchorage is absolutely stunning. It can be white sand beaches and atolls in Bocas del Toro or Escudo de Veraguas, or even in San Blas with the Cunayala, or if you're on the Pacific, certainly you're surrounded by beautiful risks surrounded by different islands, which also make up for a beautiful anchorage. When you have so much access to different areas, it is important to note that operationally it is also very easy. Panama has a system of landing strips all around the country, which enables guests to access each area very easily again, and each flight is absolutely beautiful. It also has, Panama already, the fact that it has amazing aircrafts and pilots that are top of the line and very well taken care of. So once you understand that the operations are as easy as that, then you can start experiencing the whole country. So it has a lot of culture, it has adventure, and it also has a lot of wildlife. So culture, you have pre-Hispanic and post-Hispanic culture, where pre-Hispanically we can talk about Emberas and Naso communities. You can ride with them on cayucos in different areas of Panama. You have the Pararapurus, and then you also have in Playa Muertos. You can build rafts with balsa trees and go down rivers with the Naso communities. Or post-Hispanic culture, for example, one of my favorite things to do is to go to Coiba Penitentiary and listen to all the stories that happened when Noriega had all his political people in the penitentiary, and everything that they experienced while being there. That is very interesting. Then you have a lot of wildlife. You can access Darien very easily and go in search directly for the harpy eagle. One of the, probably the only place where you can go and see our biggest eagle and listen to stories on how they also collect, for example, leaves and plants and put them on the sloths that they just hunted. So the meat on the sloth doesn't rot for the baby to be eating it. That's very interesting. Or you can go to Isla Escudo de Veraguas and go in search for the pygmy sloth that is endemic just to that island in the whole world, which is also amazing. And on the Pacific, you can easily go in the best season of all and have probably one of the most amazing whale seasons that you can have in the tropics, where you have humpback whales coming in from the southern hemisphere and giving birth to the babies in the protected waters around Pearl Islands and other areas in the Pacific. And of course, after that, we can add a little bit of adventure, where scuba diving can be done everywhere: Bocas del Toro, Portobelo, San Blas, Islas Perlas, Coiba being its highlight, of course. We're going in search for whale sharks, for example. You can do rock climbing near the Baru volcano. You can hike the Baru volcano, that is the tallest peak. Birding is absolutely amazing, with an amount of species that probably can only be accessed between Costa Rica and Panama. And surfing is also absolutely amazing with spots to surf all over. So the idea is for everybody to understand that an itinerary can be tailored to anyone's requirements and desires, and that a little bit of everything can be experienced in Panama. Thank you.
Thank you, Felipe. It sounds like a week is not gonna be enough time to explore the whole country. Gives the opportunity to come back and always look for a different animal or a different experience every time you want to go. So thank you so much for bringing us a better idea of the things that you can actually enjoy in Panama as well, joined by the services that Experience Yacht Services provide, guaranteed not just the place, but the quality of the services that a yacht client required, which is not, as we know, standard, goes beyond service. So thank you so much, Felipe. Next, I wanted to talk to a very well-known, put on the bucket list of every diver and true explorer of the ocean, Galapagos Islands. Wow, Galapagos. Thank you, Johnny, for coming here and tell us about why the yacht industry needs to choose Galapagos Yacht Services while visiting the islands, and what is the main reason people need to visit Galapagos Islands. So thank you so much for your time, Johnny.
Thank you, Julieta. Good morning, everybody. And I feel very happy to join this webinar, our first webinar as a network for these three countries. So according to your question, there are many reasons why the yacht industry need to choose Galapagos Yacht Services for the best options to visit Galapagos Islands. First, I started the Galapagos Yacht Services 21 years ago. I am the longest running and most experienced Galapagos Yacht agency, and I have gotten a wealthy of 5-star testimonial from different super yacht captains throughout the two last decades. We put the focus on the experience, designing unique and individual itinerary according to the client's profile. We work exclusively with a wide network of local suppliers on site who allow us to consider areas and experiences that most companies do not give a second thought. So besides this, before I started Julieta, my company, I had to know very well all the visiting sites within the national park in the Galapagos Islands. So before I became a yacht agent, I have been working as a tour guide on different top quality local vessels allowed to cruise the national park back in the 19th. So that's helped me a lot to gain experience to know exactly the different sites within the Galapagos National Park, within each island, where we have different specific visiting spots. So this taught me a lot to provide the best advice and assistance to every super yacht captain as well as the guest. Okay. So besides this, we have been focusing in providing the best, a very fast cruising permit according to the period of time that the super yacht captain requires, because we all know that sometimes guests are very changeable and they require things in a short term. So that put us in a very challenging goal to submit a cruising permit in a very short time of period. So we have been successful by doing this. And besides all this, we provide all the logistics that the super yachts need when visiting this faraway location, because we all know that Galapagos islands are isolated islands, and that puts a little bit complicated to do a very accurate logistic being far away from the mainland. But as a company and as an experienced yacht agent for many years, I know how to do it in order to have a successful visit for the yacht captains in the Galapagos Islands.
So thank you, Johnny. It brings a lot of calm to captains to go there with you and bring all these experience to them. What is your favorite part of the island, Johnny?
I wouldn't say I have a favorite part because Galapagos is favorite by itself. I believe Galapagos is whole favorite. So I would like to also to give you a bit brief why the Galapagos is still becoming a destination on top of the list of many super yacht captains, super yacht broker, super yacht charter, because the Galapagos Islands are one of the most remarkable destinations in the world due to the unique wildlife that we found here. There are a number of ways to see the islands, okay, but visiting the Galapagos Island is unlike any other travel experience on the planet, even if you have no interest in Charles Darwin, evolutionary science, or history. Every day you spend exploring the Galapagos brings a unique adventure. Located like 600 miles west of the Ecuadorian, this remote archipelago of volcanic islands is a mecca for people who love nature and wildlife. It is not just about the incredible biodiversity, it's the scene that you can expect to see here, okay? But this is one of the few places in the world where most of the animals are completely unafraid of humans. And probably this part where animals are unafraid is what makes the Galapagos very special because of the different regulations that we have been followed. So we're being managed by the national park, and national park is being managed by the Ecuadorian government, okay? So Galapagos is one of the most important, I would say the most important Galapagos, the national park within Ecuador, and one of the most important national park on Earth, okay? So it means it has been very well protected, and to be very well protected, the national park puts very strict regulation that everybody has to follow in order to keep the conservation of the Galapagos Island. Though the Galapagos Islands were popular, okay, among pirates and whalers during the 17th and 18th centuries, most effort to colonize the archipelago failed in those years, okay? So most of the island remain uninhabited. Today, there are a lot of tourism restrictions in place that were designed to protect the biodiversity of this pristine ecosystem. UNESCO named the Galapagos the first protected World Heritage place in 1975. So it means that the things that we have been doing with the Galapagos Island is what people can still enjoy when visiting the Galapagos or when coming to this destination, Julieta.
Yes, the fear of missing out for new generations, I think, is something that Galapagos Island can offer, like because of all this conservation and well-protected place, we can still have and enjoy the beauty of this region. So thank you so much, Johnny, for giving us a brief explanation of a very complex and difficult place to visit as well, I guess, at some point.
Very complex, but not impossible.
Exactly, but I think is as Joe and we were explaining, these places are easy to visit when we have the right partner, and that's why we are offering this alliance to the super yacht industry. Thank you so much for bringing us this subject, and this is on my bucket list, Johnny. I will go to Galapagos Island at some point. So thank you so much.
Julieta. You are welcome, as everybody does too.
Thank you. Next but not least, we're going to talk about Costa Rica. Costa Rica is it's a nice country. I live there. Costa Rica now has a great news for the yacht industry. A new law that approve this I don't know, few months to charter mega yachts over 24 meters length. And I wanted to talk to Alan. Alan, as a maritime agent, please explain us how Maritima Interoceanica with this new law will be crucial for the yacht operations and how Maritima can be an ally for the super yacht industry visiting the country. So thank you, Alan, and give you the mic.
Thank you, Julie, and thank you everyone for joining us today. Well, first of all, let me give you a little overview of our company. As you said at the beginning, we are a family company. We started in 1990 as a commercial ship agent. Then in 2002, we started as an agent here in Costa Rica for all the Coast Guard and Navy ships that visit our country. Normally they request a huge logistic services and try and make almost the impossible things possible. So this experience with the Navy and the Coast Guard give us the experience to start explore more businesses like cruise ships and then the yachts. So in this moment, we have 5 years working with yachts. As you said, studying all the laws, trying to know how we can work or we can help all the yacht captains, all the brokers to have a very good visit here in Costa Rica. And as part of our services, we can do all the clear in, clear out for the yachts. We can help with custom and logistic services. We can do migration. We can do provisions. So we can offer a huge quantity of services for all the yachts that visit Costa Rica. Right now, as you said, we are very happy to have the new law, the 1977 law is the new marina law that allows the charter here in Costa Rica. We, as we know, all around the world are waiting this new law to do authorized charters in Costa Rica. We believe, well, the pandemic helped us because the government and the tourism ministry push all the congresses and everybody to have this new law. And last April, our president signed the law. So now we have the law, thanks God. And in this moment, we are waiting all the regulation, and that's it. We expect that have the regulation during middle November, something like that. So in that moment, we can have all the rules, all the things to do the charter. In this moment, we have let's say a overview of the law, but finally, we can do charters. In this moment, as well, the most important thing is we have in the Pacific coast, we have 5 marinas, 5 active marinas, and is 1 under construction, and will be open the next March. So in 2022, we will have 6 marinas waiting for you to do charter, visit our country, and enjoy our country. How this new law
Alan, I think something happened with your mic.
Okay, right now.
There you go.
This new law, the most important thing of this new law, authorizes us as agents to do all the paperwork and everything before the yacht arrives. So we as agents, as Maritima Interoceanica, we can prepare everything, get the charter license, get the migration authorization, get everything before the yacht arrives. So in the moment that the yacht arrives, we'll have a smooth arrival. And start enjoy our country since the beginning. In the past, only the captain can do the migration, only the captain can do custom, only the captain can do everything. So right now, our agency can help you to do all this before the yacht arrival. So that is an amazing news. So we will be glad to help you as soon as you are ready to arrive to Costa Rica. Yuli.
Thank you, Alan. We will give a lot of peace of mind for captains and a good experience for everyone. It's just not about the clients, but the crew and the captains, the owners. Everyone needs to have a great experience, and that's why the companies that are joined here at Experience Yacht Services, that's why we are together. So thank you, Alan, and let's give the opportunity for the World Explorer, Ofer Kepet. Ofer, please tell us what are the unique experiences that yacht charters can have while in Costa Rica, and why it should be on a bucket list of every super yacht enthusiast to come to Costa Rica.
Thank you, Juli. Pura vida. Okay, yeah, I think that there's more experiences that I can talk about in Costa Rica than obviously we have time for. So I will definitely sort of highlight some of my favorites and ones that we have been hosting yacht clients for many years, and so we have the feedback as well from the industry and from captains and from crew that have experienced them with us, and then we can dedicate in the future more information sessions to go into the detail. So as you can see on the map, when we design a cruising itinerary in Costa Rica, we concentrate on the Pacific coast, okay, on the west coast of the country. The principal reason are anchorages, not the experiences, actually. What I want to say is that we can, and we do, create a lot of unique Costa Rican experiences on the East Coast, on the Caribbean coast, but they are accessed from anchorages on the Pacific coast. Okay, so when we plan, and this is for everybody that's participating from whatever industry they're participating, when we plan a cruising itinerary in Costa Rica, we have to understand that it will be a Pacific-based itinerary. Okay, as opposed to Panama, that we can operate both in the Caribbean, as Felipe mentioned, and in the Pacific. Yeah, actually, this picture right now on the screen is probably the Holy Grail. Well, actually, this one too. So okay. But let's start with the spinner dolphins. The spinner dolphin megapods are an experience that I can personally say has no rival anywhere on planet Earth. These are the largest wild spinner dolphin megapods in the world. They are resident year-round in Costa Rica, so these are not migrating pods. Therefore, there is no season specifically to experience them. They can be experienced year-round. And I don't think there is a more exhilarating yacht experience than being inside a pod of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 wild spinner dolphins. It is exactly that way. We've had clients from the wealthiest, literally in the world, in these pods on sea bobs or snorkeling or being towed behind a tender or many different ways, and people come out with tears of joy in their eyes. The hammerheads in the sky, that experience also can be seen in other locations in the world, no doubt, especially like the Galapagos. In Costa Rica, it would be something that we would venture out to Cocos Island where we also have access to a private submersible. So for yachts that don't actually own one, there is a possibility in country to charter a submarine, and not just in Cocos Island. We have used it in different archipelagos along the coast. So Cocos Island is a destination on its own, even though we would be able to fit it into a Pacific cruising itinerary, and it is a very unique location in the world. Going a little bit into more depth of experiences, Costa Rica is, I think, a world leader by no doubt in sustainability and conservation for many generations, and that is something that our company and our alliance puts a big emphasis on. We think that going in to different reserves and conservation areas with people on the ground that dedicate their lives to conserving nature and to developing sustainable practices is not just a cliche. It is something that Costa Rica does on a daily basis, and that is something that visitors coming to Costa Rica can experience hands-on. Adventure-wise, I think pretty much on my list, besides snowboarding, I think you can do everything in Costa Rica that has to do with adrenaline and adventure, inland or in the water or on the water. So we have a very long list of high adrenaline or high adventure, if it's rappelling from waterfalls or climbing up into the canopies of trees, or rafting down remote rivers, and the list goes on and on. So I think it's the most diverse destination that I personally have visited, and I have visited a few in the world and done it in probably the most advanced or sophisticated way. So when I chose to base in Costa Rica and together with Felipe and an amazing team of hosts develop Origen in Costa Rica, it wasn't just by chance. It was a very, very well planned and analyzed, comparing it to all the remote locations around the world. Let's also mention that we have a 3-hour flight from pretty much anywhere in the United States. We have a relatively short transit distance from the Panama Canal and from the Caribbean. So I think the list is very long, and we'll have the chance to go into more detail in another webinar. So thank you for that, Julieta.
Thank you, Ofer. I would like to see that hammer shark sky one day, to swim with 2,000 dolphins, Costa Rican ID one day as well. So I think at the end, what I can see around of these three countries is that it's an amazing playground for super yachts. Inland, in water, a great playground for people to enjoy and to immerse in nature, which is the main common aspect that we have as the three countries. People that are involved in excellence and people that are involved in how to handle wildlife. To finish this second part, I would like to give space to Joe Walden to share us the last message for the audience that are hearing us today, and those captains, brokers, agents, and yacht owners that are very interested in coming to this region. Joe, please.
Yeah, Julieta, thank you. Yeah, just in closing, we'd like to really thank everybody for joining us today. Thankfully, we have this technological platform through Zoom that we can connect with so many people in this way. And I think it's a really great opportunity to share what we've been working on and developing here in the region. As we've talked about Experience Yacht Services, the reason we created this alliance between the three countries, Costa Rica, Panama, Ecuador, Galapagos, is simply to highlight this region as a yachting destination. In many cases, we know that yachts are passing the Panama Canal, simply moving from the Pacific to the Caribbean or the Caribbean to the Pacific, and relocating. But our concept here is that we'd like to, particularly in light of the fact that Costa Rica and Panama have developed these, the facility to conduct chartering business in national waters for foreign flagged yachts. We really would like to highlight this and promote the area, the region, the triangle between the three countries as a destination. It's very attractive. There's a lot of, as Offer was explaining, you know, the natural beauty here and the opportunities for the yachting guests is endless. You know, and having the opportunity to prepare a yachting program between the Galapagos, which is really a bucket list destination, UNESCO World Heritage Site, Costa Rica with all its natural beauties and a very developed service industry, and of course Panama with some of our natural destinations, islands, anchorages, and of course the Panama Canal that connects the actually allows the captains, the owners, the guests on board to basically see the sunrise in the Caribbean in the morning and see the sunset over the Pacific in the afternoon after completing the canal transit. So we really believe that this region has a lot to offer as an alternative to the yachting world, and our goal in this opening webinar was simply to let the world know that you have qualified, dedicated, experienced partners here in the region that can help facilitate any type of yacht planning, chartering that you may have in mind for this region. And again, thanks to everyone for joining us today. As Julieta mentioned, we will be at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show at the end of this month. So we would love to see you and talk a little bit more about what this region has to offer.
Thank you so much, Joe. Yes, we're going to be on the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show starting on Wednesday, 27 this year. So very excited to meet everyone. So please write us to our email or contact us directly through our social media network so we can plan a conversation and discuss a little bit more about this amazing playground that we created with these three countries. I wanted to thank everyone to join us today, and I wanted to give a space for questions because we are very good on time. We have 5 minutes. If somebody wants to open his mic, is habilitated now. And if somebody wants to ask a direct question, I know somebody asked about the whales. Felipe, can you please tell us when is whale season at Panama, and so people can know?
Sure. Thank you, Julia. Again, the best months for the whale season in Panama, it starts on the month of July and will end probably on the month of November. the best months are September and October, understanding that the whales are coming on a very long journey from the southern hemisphere all the way here to the tropics to give birth to their babies. So that journey starts a little bit before July, and again, most of them are here during the months of September and October. You can most of the time see mothers and calves. Sometimes you can get to see we have seen up to 14 males going after a female, or also for mating, which is very interesting behavior. We also have a migration from the northern hemisphere down to Panama, but it is not as marked or as guaranteed as the migration that we have from the south in those months. And the fact that you're in the tropics, where you can see these whales and experience them without a shirt, not in the cold, enjoying beautiful sun, I think that's the most attractive part of it, definitely. Beautiful behaviors. You see mothers teaching calves how to reach out. So you see them jumping out of the water. You see them flapping their tail and fins. So we have even seen them breastfeeding underwater, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the tropical weather for sure is an advantage everywhere. I've seen somebody from London. We will send you some tropical sun back to England. Somebody wants to ask a question. You can open your mic now. Thank you. I have Luciano, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm speaking out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I was kindly invited by Johnny Romero to participate in this very productive meeting. Unfortunately, due to, I guess, time zone, or I don't know if you guys are on the daylight saving time, I just connected 40 minutes late. But I want to tell you that we are available in Brazil if you want to engage in the yachting industry. I personally have a very strong background in handling yachts in Brazil. It's a very challenging environment, as you may know, but through Johnny Romero, you can reach out to me anytime you need any information. We do have lots of yachts passing by Brazil, not that much as you have in the West Coast, but yeah, we are here available for you guys for any information, especially in the Amazon region where it is very popular. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Luciano. That gives us the opportunity to address something. I don't know, Offer, if you can tell us a little bit of the Alliance and how we work.
Yeah, that's that's a good point to mention with a few minutes left. Yes, the Alliance, the foundation, the basis of our Alliance is that each company is an independent service provider. So that means that as a client, if you're a captain or if you're an owner or if you're a broker, there is no tie or obligation financially to work with the entire Alliance. We want to make that very clear. Invoicing is done directly per service provider. There is no hidden fees or hidden commissions or anything like that. And so, yes, it's a completely flexible service in that sense. If you only need one destination and not three, if you only need one service provider in each destination, or even if you use another company, a competitor for a certain service, but would like to use one of our service providers, that's also fine. Again, the concept is in the name. Experience is what it's all about from both angles. It's the experience we have in what we do, and it's the experience that we want you to have when you use our services. So I think that's a very important point to address and to clarify. Thank you, Juli.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. The people that know me knows that I'm very respectful of everybody's time, and I like to finish things on time. So I wanted to thank and everybody. Thank you on the panelists to come here, and I know that you are super busy. So thank you so much for giving us the pleasure of hearing you talk about these amazing destinations and why this region is so important for the super yacht industry, for the new upcoming guests. I want to invite the community to join us on our social media. We have LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and of course our website to look more for our network. As well, in some point, what I wanted to also address to everyone is that we will be giving information for people or companies that wants to be part of the Alliance in the future. So if you're interested in that, we will be addressing this after Flips, because we will have a lot of work for that show. So thank you, everyone. Pura vida. And see you next time with more interesting information about super yachts in the region. Thank you so much, everyone, for the time, and see you next time. Bye.